I think public servants, like private sector workers, have every right to expect proper remuneration, to see their salaries increase over time, and to aspire to a better standard of living and all the rest of it. That's perfectly legitimate. There are two things that I absolutely object to. One is the fact that this deal is carved out between the trade unions and the government with no reference to the Parliament. So in other countries, Parliament negotiates and sets out the various options that exist. We haven't even had a discussion about whether, for example, cutting the USC would be a better option, or whether tackling income tax would be a better option. And we haven't had any public discussion about performance. So, when we talk about an additional €600 million going into our public services, how does that impact on outcomes in terms of patient safety? How does it impact in terms of the number of hip replacements that are going to be carried out next year? How does it impact in terms of performance in schools and so on? That's a discussion that has just been put to one side. You're not allowed, it would appear, question performance in terms of outcomes for public services for our citizens without being accused of attacking public servants. I'm the daughter of a public servant. My mother's a teacher, my sister's a teacher. I'm a public servant in effect as a parliamentarian. But I believe that it should be about performance, and I believe that the idea that the hard-working public servants and civil servants who abound in our public and civil service, that they are treated in exactly the same way as those who don't perform is just nonsense. It's not what quality public service delivery should be about. So we need to look at the management structures. We need to give managers within our public service the capacity to manage. There has to be consequences for people who serially underperform, and currently that's not the position. So I would like to see a total shake-up of public service delivery for all our citizens, irrespective of where they work, whether they're public or private sector workers, and that is not what's envisaged by this deal. This is about buying votes for Fine Gael and Labour at the next election. And it's exactly the way Fianna Fáil carried out their business for the previous 15 years. It's wrong.